hot out here. So what I came out here to tell y'all today, what I want this to signify for you is sterile processing is a team sport. So many things happen on this field. Baseball, softball, lacrosse, a bunch of different things. But what they all have in common is they're all team sports. Doesn't matter what role you're playing at the time. So it's the same in processing. And that's something that we got to learn from the top to the bottom. Whether you're a director, your manager, your supervisor, your lead tech, or you're a technician on the ground every day. It's important that everybody finds out where they fit in the team so they know their role. It's kind of been a while since I've been back in front of the camera a little bit, doing the best sterile processing show ever. But that's because I was like working on a lot of different projects, a lot of different things. I was working on my presentation for the ISHM annual conference this year, 2017. And so all those things worked out great. But now, since the time has passed, I'm able to get back to it and focus on you guys and what we need to do, which is help grow our field. But what I'm here to help you do is help you grow. So here was one of the questions that I had. Thanks for the question, Tanisha. I really appreciate it. The group appreciates it. So Tanisha wanted to know, would it be confusing for her to start doing her hours now while she's still in class? And I don't think so. So actually, that is the best way to do it. If you can possibly find your way into actually doing your study work and doing your hands-on work at the same time, it works so much better and you'll grasp the information so much quicker. And the reason being is that you're able to correlate the book information with the hands-on information all at the same time. So when you're able, so when you do sit in front of the computer for the exam, all the concepts, all the processes, they're fresh. They're right in your head because you're using them. You've done them. You've done it with your own hands. So, like I'm saying, if you can, absolutely do your hours while you're actually studying the information or taking your class. That's a great way to get ahead. I have another great question from my man James. James wants to know, how can I prepare for my tests and what should I do or what should I expect when I go out on my clinicals? That's a great question. So the best way to study for your certification tests, unfortunately, there are no shortcuts. You have to get your textbook and your workbook and your testing materials, you know, your quizzes and all that. And you got to sit down and just take a moment to actually go through the information. A lot of times we want to rush through things to get to whatever the goal is at the end. But rushing for this doesn't make it any easier. So don't rush through it. All the information is at hand. There are many different things that you can go through online. And as we go through, I'll talk about those things. But for now, I don't want to get you confused. What I would like you to do is apply the information and then get ready for your test. There's no like, you know, I don't really believe there's no like online quiz that'll get it together for you. Actually, the best thing for you is the end of the information test. When you take that test, that kind of prepares you for the actual ISHM examination. So short of doing that, avoid the shortcuts. One thing I want to share really quick is sometimes it's kind of difficult to get your hours, to get into the clinical aspect of doing sterile processing. But believe me, it was difficult for most people who are in the field. It took months to get in, weeks. A few of us waited over a year. But anyway, what I'm saying to you is don't get discouraged. It's a great field to be in, and just because you don't attack your hours right away, don't get discouraged. Stay on it and just keep applying and you'll find a kind of unscripted. So I wanted to say what's up to Texas. Shout out to Texas and my man Dre. What's up, Dre? And I have another question from the Latino Goya man. That's a great name. I love your name, man. Anyway, so the hourly starting rate for a sterile processing technician, or CPT, or MDR, you know, we go by a number of names. The hourly pay rate can range pretty broadly, and most of the factors have to do with where you are geographically, the type of facility that you're in, large or small, and really how prestigious the institution as well. What's the other factors? Your role in the department, or you know, what you're doing, and traveling. So I'll start with this. What the official papers say, what official websites say, you know, the government things or whatever, they say starting price, they say starting pay is typically around $33,000 a year. So that's somewhere around $15, $16, $17 an hour. But depending on where you are, say in a place like Philly, Philadelphia, New York, or at the prestigious hospitals, you can make upwards of $25, $26, $27 an hour. But the caveat is you must be certified. To get the numbers that you want, you must be certified. I forgot to mention your years of experience. Your years of experience also count into your hourly pay rate. So really quick, I want to address the low pay in some of our sterile processing facilities. It's absolutely outrageous. It's outrageous. I don't think that a fast food worker at a particular fast food place, or a big chain store where people are, you know, and I'm not taking nothing from them, where people are, you know, basically stocking shelves and things like that. I don't understand how a person in that field, or in that business, or that worker could demand $15 an hour at least, and there are people working in our sterile processing departments who aren't making that. That's outrageous to me. That's something that we got to work on. But aside from that, let me say this. Once you get in and you get your certification, or even if you get into the department without your certification, it's now up to you to gain the experience and the knowledge that you need for you to progress. So what I'm saying is, if you're in a place that's making, you know, small money, not what you want to make, what you do is you get your certifications, you get your experience up, and you relocate. There are plenty of places that would love to have someone like you, experienced, passionate, and certified. So as long as you're willing to relocate, or maybe move to another city or state, or even if you're just willing to travel temporarily, you can make the money that you want to make. But sometimes you just have to start off in the lower tier. But that's where you gain your experience.